People go out every day giving their power to people who they feel are more confident than them. Who did you give your power to? You see, Wikipedia, Google defines power as the ability to directly influence others' behavior. Who is influencing your behavior? Who have you given your power to? Is it a relationship that has become so abusive? Is it a boss that has become so abusive? Is it a memory that has occupied your brain that you feel fear of moving forward? Is it pain? Is it the fear of poverty? Is it the fear of lack that has made you giving up your power? You see, that thing that keeps you awake at night has taken your power. And today, I am here to tell you how to take your power back. And today, I will tell you the amazing ways before the end of 2018. We have few days left. How to take your power so that when you are entering 2019, you're entering with charge, you're entering with confidence, you're entering with the real you. You start telling people how to treat you. You start showing people how to treat you. You see, with power, you're unstoppable. With power, you can become anybody. With power, you are in charge. And here are my 9 simple rules of how to take your power back. Rule number 1: stop blaming others. Stop blaming. I don't care who you're blaming. Stop blaming yourself. Stop blaming people around you. Stop blaming the weather. Stop blaming the mechanic. Stop blaming your mom. Stop blaming your parents. Stop blaming life. Stop blaming God or the devil. Stop making excuses is the second rule. Stop making excuses. You see, when you make excuses, you find a reason not to take a step. And that leads us. You see, when you say no, it means you are in charge enough to say no. You see, people say yes to everything because they want to please people. You have to avoid pleasing everybody. First of all, you have to learn to please yourself. Please yourself is not greediness. It's just realizing that you can only give what you have. If you don't have it inside you, you can give it. And to know you have it inside, you have to first of all try it on yourself. What you don't try it on yourself, what you don't like, don't give it to the next person. So first of all, if you are able to say no, then you know the way is going to be. The power of no is our thought. Now, our 4th rule is start accepting. Start practicing acceptance. Start realizing things and accepting them for what they really are. Be honest with yourself so that you can be honest with everybody around you. You see, when you are honest, no becomes easy to say. In charge, you are in charge. Tell yourself, let's do better then. If I'm in a mess, let's get myself to a better position. Accept it when you see it the way it is. Rule number 5: accept change. You see, the influence we give to people, especially on our first contact, when we first meet people the first time. See, I tell people, your first 30 minutes with someone you're meeting for the first time will determine how the person will treat you onward. Trust me. If you appear to be weak and weakling, you see, those who are power suckers will suck up your power and put you under them. You start calling them sir, you start calling them ma, you start losing your ability to stand for yourself. See, there's no difference between you and that next person. The person you call ma, who started that business, you can start that business. But you see, you can still work for somebody and not give them your power. The power to make them feel that if you lose this job, it's over for you. The person themselves got to where they are because they had confidence in themselves. You need to have confidence in yourself. You need to have power. Do not give your power out freely to people you're just meeting for the first time. Your handshake, your embrace, the way you smile, the things you do. You know, some people lose confidence when they tell them, oh, I'm about to meet the president. And you start shivering. Oh, the president. How do I stand before him? He is human being. That interview you're going for, the person interviewing you is a human being. He or she was interviewed before they get to where they are, which means they pass through your process. Do not forget that. Whoever is climbing the ladder is passing the process you are passing through. So do not feel they are better than you. Just feel that you have the power to walk yourself through to the point where they are and even beyond. But if you start out on your first impression, the first time you're meeting them, you make it look like you do not have control of your power. You see, they will help you control your power. Is that very, very easy? What is it that has kept you awake all night? What is it that you've always wanted, you've not gotten? Who did you give your power to that makes you feel less than who you're supposed to be? That makes you feel you are not worthy. You see, you are worthy the minute you cross over into this world. We are all like electric bulb, and the minute we start lighting, the minute you turn the light on, it is as powerful as every electric bulb passing through the same electric circuit. No matter how big this bulb looks, no matter how pretty this bulb looks, it's not different from the little bulb that shines. And sometimes that little bulb shines brighter than the big bulb. Who did you give your power to? Today, you are taking your power back. You enter 2019 with full of confidence. If it's a relationship that has become so abusive, you need to take your power back. You see, when you are entering a relationship, you enter with amazing plans, amazing dreams, fantasy of where you want to do things you want to do with the person. But what happens when these fantasies start turning to nightmares? Are you going to continuously stay and bear the pain? Or you better still choose to call your partner, sit them down, and you talk about it. If it doesn't work, make a decision. Life is all about power, and power is why we are here. As long as humans are full of connection, as long as humans love connection, as long as we are energy, power is in charge. Just like electric board, power, just like an electric board, energy bonds and energy sucks. So when you show your weak point, someone is gonna suck your energy out. You have to know who is sucking your energy. Keep the people you are in the same energy level with, and I trust me, you are going to continuously step up the ladder without even knowing it, with no stress, because the people you have around you do not suck your power. Your boss can actually impart in your life and not take away from your life. Your relationship is made to impart in your life and not take away from your life. Anything that is taken away from you, anything that's giving you sleepless night, anything that's giving you constant worry, anything that is developing fear, because fear is an illusion, and anything that is the atom or the point where it starts from is what you need to terminate. Do not stop cutting the tree. Try to uproot from the root. Who are you giving your power to? Who has taken your power from you? 2019 is the best year for you. Do not let it end. Do not cross over into this next year without your power. Take your power from whoever you have given it to. And that leads us to the next rule. And that rule is recognize the power of choice. The power of yes and no. And the power it has when it's coming from you. This is the reason why the president can say no and it stands. This is why the rich can say no and it stands. You are not different from these people. The power you have in your everyday single attitude towards life, when you interact with people, when you say yes and when you say no. Stop pleasing everybody. Learn that no is a very powerful word and you are entitled to use it. Do not please everybody. Those who like you will stay. Those who don't like you will leave. But they will learn how to treat you right. Remember that. And that leads us to our second rule. The next, forgive. Forgive. I am not asking you to forget. I am asking you to forgive. Because if you forget, that means you did not learn the lesson that comes with it. When you forgive, you free yourself and you take your power back. But the lesson you learn is where the forget cannot go, because you can't forget what you're taught, or else you've not learned anything. So any experience you go through, or any person that has anything that has happened, forgive. It's past. It's past. That day has been lived and it has gone. Forgive so that you can take your power back. Immediately you forgive, you have this uplift in your heart. And that leads us to the next rule. Start taking actions. Start making moves. Don't just think about it. Do it. Don't just tell me. Show me. Start taking actions in every single thing. If you say that it has to end, the abusive relationship has to end this year, then make sure you take actions. Let it end. When you need to say no, say it. Take actions. Don't be thinking, oh, what if I say no? Oh, what if? There is always what if. No matter what choice you choose, there is also what if. If you decide to say no, there's always a what if yes. If you decide to say yes, there's always a what if no. So always remember that every single choice you are making, there is always a what if. And the minute you realize that being honest with yourself is the power you have and you own to yourself. Love yourself. Love yourself. You cannot give what you don't have. You cannot give what you don't have. Learn to love yourself. Learn to say no or yes to yourself. When you have that crowd going to a club, you know your mind is telling you no. Then say no to these people. If they are trying to make you do something, if somebody is trying to make you do something or asking you for something, do not try to please them. Do it. If you're doing it, let it be because your heart is confident that doing what you're doing is the best way forward. And not, if I do it, I'm just doing it to make them happy. No, make yourself happy first. It's not greediness. You can only give what you have. And you trying to give what you don't have, you will run bankruptcy. And you might, at the end of the day, be treated like shit. At the end of the day, the same people will treat you like crap because you have run out. You don't have what you're giving them. And when they realize that, they treat you like shit because they have sucked your power. Know your power. Take your power back from that abusive relationship and know when to say no. People go on every day in life not knowing the importance of self-confidence. The first 10 minutes you meet somebody, the 30th minute the person is already either losing interest or falling in love with you. So the first impression matters. Know thyself so you know how you connect to people. Do not be afraid of the next energy close to you. It is the same energy that's passing through both of you, but absorbing different frequencies. And you should be absorbing positive frequency and not negative frequency. Negative frequency are people that put you in that sad mood, people that get you angry, people that suck your inner energy, people that suck your power. See, your power is your self-confidence. Your power is your inner confidence. Your power is what makes you know you're worth a job before the interview. You see, if you walk into that job with full confidence, first of all, the first impression has gotten you the job or not. Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. And if anything is taking that power from you, a relationship that has become so abusive, now you are now like a CID, like you are like an SS. Now you're like a secret agent, always trying to find out what your lover is doing. You're always asking, where are you? You're always asking, who are you talking to? You have lost the trust that comes with that relationship. And guess what trust is? Trust is power. Who you give your trust to, you have given your power to. And if they do not treat it right, you have power to accept your power back. You see, that's the power you have. Some people, they don't know that they have a power to take their power back. They believe once they've lost their power, it's done. This person, without them, I can't live, I can't survive. Second chances are the best chances. But how many times are you going to give second chances? How many times are you going to be continuously being abused in a relationship? How many times won't you face your fears, face your demons, and take your power back? Because the moment you face your demon and conquer them, my dear, you have taken your power back. So today, I am telling you, it is time to take your power back. Wake up and take your power back. Everybody around you have to start knowing how to treat you, including your family, including your friends, including your colleagues, including your anybody. I don't care. President, I don't care. Let the president know how they should treat the people, how the people want to be treated. How the people want to be treated. Let them know how you want to be treated. You see, these people, that's why they take power over you. It's an open life. We are all born with the access to make it, and we are all worth it. Believe in yourself. Take your power back. Start showing that person you are not less than them. Are you in a relationship that you feel like you can't do with, and the person is beginning to feel like they can't do, or you can't do without them? They treat you anyhow, they abuse you in everything, including their words. Sometimes they don't really beat you, but they abuse you by things they say to you. Have you lose your self-confidence to your job? You see, power is that thing that directly influences your everyday life, that influences how you behave to certain things or certain to people. You see, when you give your power to people, these people control how you see them. The question is, who did you give your power to? And whose power are you holding? A lot of people make it far in life because they know how to take advantage of other people's power. They can influence you. They take power over them. They dominate them. In the sense, take for instance, you are in a relationship and you started with a very good intentions, but things change along the way and your partner has taken over the way you think, the way you behave. Love is beautiful, but let me tell you, my dad, if you are not happy in love and you feel that you're not being treated right, take your power back. You can have your power and still have a healthy relationship. When you have your power is when you know what is good for you and you let people know how to treat you. You have to specify to people how they treat you, especially the first time you met them. Take a look. Love is about being happy. Being happy. Oh, love is about being happy. Yes. Yes. You deserve to be happy.